In this session, we're going to be taking a look at the clean install of Windows Server 2012. We can create a clean install if we are installing Windows Server 2012 on a new machine where there's no operating system, or if we install Windows Server 2012 on a machine where an operating system exists, then what we will be doing is overwriting that operating system. Now you can download Windows Server 2012 R2 evaluation copy from the Microsoft website. Make sure that on the machine that you're using, you go into the BIOS and change the boot order of your machine, making sure that if you're using an ISO, that you've burned to your DVD, that DVD drive is the first boot option. The next thing you want to do is to insert the Windows Server 2012 installation DVD into your computer and restart the machine from that installation media. You will see on your screen, when the computer is rebooting, a message asking you to press any key to boot from your CD or DVD. Just press any key on your keyboard. The next screen will actually show the loading of the files from the DVD into your computer's random access memory. Your next screen, after the files have been loaded, is your Windows setup screen, where you're going to be asked to choose your language, to choose your time and currency format, your keyboard input method. After you have chosen those, you want to go ahead and click Next. Your next screen will be Windows Server 2012 install screen. If you were repairing your system, you could click on the repair option at the bottom left of your screen. Right now we are going to be installing, so we want to click on Install Now. You're going to be presented with the screen with the operating systems that you want to install. You need to pay careful attention to this screen. The very first option on your screen is the default option, which is the Windows Server 2012 standard core installation. We are going to be installing Data Center, and we're going to be installing Data Center with a GUI, graphical user interface. If you were installing standard with a GUI, then you just make sure that you have that selected. Then you want to move to the next screen by clicking Next. And at this screen, you read your license term information and click on the checkbox, I accept the license terms. The next screen will bring you to two types of installations. You have the upgrade installation and you have the custom installation. If you are installing Windows Server 2012 on a new machine where there's no operating system, then the option is not to upgrade, because upgrade allows you to upgrade your system from an operating system that already exists. In our case, we're going to be using custom install, because this is the first operating system that we're going to be using on this machine. So what we want to do is to click on the custom section. At this point, you are at the partition and format screen. So this screen is the screen where you're going to have the options to partition and format the drive. If the drive has not been partitioned, which in this case it has not been, setup will automatically partition the drive. If your drive does not appear, you may need to select the option at the bottom right hand corner where it says Load Driver. In this case, I do not need to load drivers, so we can go ahead and click Next and move on to the next screen. Setup will now start copying the files and setting up the hard disk. Depending on the speed of your computer, that should take anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes to complete. Once Windows is finished copying the files, Windows will reboot the system and will finish the install. After the machine is finished rebooting, a screen requesting the username and the password will be presented to you, and you need to fill that information in. When you click on Finish, you will see that Windows will give you a sign saying that it is finalizing your settings. After the settings have been finalized, you're going to be presented with a screen where you will need to press Ctrl, Alt, and Delete to actually log into the computer using your username and password that you created. Simply type your password in and then click Enter to move to the next screen. You can see that your profile is being created, and because this is the first time you're logging in, it's going to take a little longer than it would usually take to set up your profile. Once that is done, you're going to be presented with the Server Manager dashboard, and this is the dashboard from which you will be installing your different roles and managing your different roles and features on Server 2012. This is the end of this lesson. Thank you for listening.